So as you can see, this car came with an absolutely atrocious body kit on it. Some people might find it cool, but I personally would much prefer an OEM bumper with a lip on it. I think they look really good. But yeah, this has got to go. Same with it came with side skirts and these rear end caps, which I think just don't suit the car at all, as well as some vents on the thing. But yeah, I listed them all up on Facebook Marketplace and had a surprising amount of interest for it. So yeah, now we've got to take those off and so I can sell. This bumper is held on by bloody self-tappers. This one is a torque spin. Jesus. Oh, there she goes. Let's also take a moment to appreciate the ghetto rigged battery. It's been working like a charm. The next day, and I actually sold that front bumper for 80 bucks, which I was pretty happy about because I was just going to take it to the dump anyway. Now I've also just sold these rear spats. There it is. They were super easy to take off, and the car doesn't even look that bad without them. So I've just arrived home from Napier, and as you can see, we got a large range of parts here ready for my MR2. So basically I went up there and I paid $1,000 for an entire manual conversion kit that came with pretty much everything I need to convert this to manual. So we got manual axles, the shifter and the shifter linkages, S54 manual transmission. Unfortunately, with that doesn't have an LSD. I have a slave cylinder there, pedal, as well as the manual brake pedal. We also have the manual ECU here, 3SG flywheel, brand new clutch kit with the release bearing and clutch aligning tool, a manual cluster, and yeah, that's about it. The guy was also real nice, and he threw in this boot lid, which is in a lot better nick than mine is, as well as some brand new front brake pads for both sides and a mint door card. So yeah, pretty stoked on it, and I can't wait to get it into this thing. So the next job is I'm going to be changing out this boot lid here, and as you can see, it's quite bent here, and it actually causes the spoiler to sit very weirdly. So yeah, I'm going to be swapping it out for the one that I got for free. It does need some body work and stuff, but I just wanted to see if it fixes that spoiler issue, because it makes the spoiler fit very loose and wobbly. So yeah, let's get that one on. So you can see we have the spoiler off the old trunk, and actually I found out why it wasn't mounting properly. So there's actually no bolt in this side of the spoiler here. As you can see, the holes are all body filled in, and that would cause it to not sit right. So as you can see on our new one, we have the holes there. So that'll help us mount this properly if we find some hardware. So yeah. So you can see we got the trunk lid fitting up real nice here. It's ready for the spoiler to go back. Man, that is so much better. As you can see, it's fitting up nicely here, and it flows right in. Super happy about that. It was really pissing me off before. And also we got the G Limited and the Toyota emblem over there, which will be pretty cool once it's all painted. But yeah, an interesting thing about this boot is the wing actually weighs more than the boot, which is kind of funny. But yeah. So I'm not sure if you guys saw the last video or not, but when we were cleaning out the inside, we found the spare light, and I thought it was a headlight, but as it turns out, it's a fog light, and the fog lights work when I plugged it in. Obviously it's not mounted at the moment, but yeah, I don't think it came with a left one, but I'll definitely be on the lookout for them, because these fog lights are so sick. They sit real nice in the bumper, and it's really iconic look for these MR2s. But yeah, super stoked on that. So it is a new day. I'm back in the garage, and we are going to be working on taking this 3SG out of my MR2. So give it one last start up. It's on 220,000 Ks and it's got lift detect. A ticking noise coming from the top of the engine, but yeah, this although that's not the end of the world, a little tick coming, well, a big tick coming from the top of the engine, we can probably do that, fix it while it's in the car. But we're also going to be manual swapping this MR2, so we may as well just pull that whole engine out and refresh everything at the same time and do things like water pump and like a bunch of other maintenance that is really easy to do outside the car, but obviously impossible to do when the engine is in because of the restricted space in here. But yeah, I've heard a lot about MR2s and how hard they are to work on, and especially pulling the engine is apparently a real mission. But I'm willing to give it a shot and learn a few things on the way. I've pulled an engine before, so I've done only one engine swap before, and that is in my Honda Civic. But other than that, I have quite literally no mechanical experience. So yeah, I'm going to jump into this a bit blindly and just take things off and see where I end up. But yeah, I'm just rambling on now. So without further ado, let's get to taking all these body panels off and everything. So it has even a little bit better access to the engine. And then yeah, we're just going to get stuck straight into this list. Man, this car is so weird. So I've just taken the other wheel off and I go over to take this wheel off and there's a bloody, looks like a 25mm bloody spacer on it, and the other side didn't have one. So that's very, very random, man. As you can see, the rotors have been painted as well as the caliper. So it just goes to show the last owner of this was a complete hack job. But anyway, I'm busy trying to get these axles and stuff out. So yeah, let's continue the work. Okay, so as you can see, we've got the whole hub and spindle thingy out. This joint down here was being a bit of a bitch to get out, so I ended up just disconnecting all the arms, and then so it's all free here, and we got the caliper here, disc over there. Now I just need to pop the axle out of the transmission, and then this axle's done. Onto the other side. That's one axle done. Boom! Just got the passenger side axle out. All good. This car doesn't seem to be fighting me too much, so yeah, pretty happy about that. It didn't take me too long. But yeah, on to the next job. Okay. There we are. So while that's draining, I think we can go ahead and just cross that off our list. Okay. So we've just got the subframe that holds on the transmission mount off. So it was fighting me a little bit. I had to do that before. I had to take the exhaust off, but yeah, where is it? Remove subframe. There we are. Nice. Now let's see if we can get this exhaust off down here. As you can see, we have the mid pipe, as I like to call it, off. We've unbolted that there. We've got some AC lines out the way, and we've also unbolted this rear mount here so the engine is able to rock away freely. So you can see all the room we've created without that subframe there. Basically now we just need to disconnect everything from up top as well as coolant lines and stuff, and then this engine should be ready to come out. But yeah, making some pretty good progress. I'm pretty happy with it. All right, so engine wise, I think I have everything disconnected. Now I have my jack here, and basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the jack and take the tension off the mounts, take the mounts out, and then I'm going to lower the engine onto the floor, and then from there I'll be able to pick the entire car up and then pull the engine out, hopefully. But yeah, let's get into it. So we loosened off all the mounts, and now the engine is fully dropped, and surprisingly everything is disconnected. So I just need to figure out a way of dropping it without dropping it straight onto my jack. So yeah, I'll check back in once I find a solution. We are almost there, guys. So, and there we are. The engine is all the way out of the car. Well, not all the way, but it's off. Yeah, super happy about that. It wasn't anywhere near as hard as it's made out to be, but yeah, pretty stoked on that. Now I really got to figure out a way of picking up the car and then moving the engine out from underneath the car. I feel like I could just pick up the car with the jack, but rolling the engine out from underneath the car, I have no idea how I'm going to do that, so need to get creative. Okay, so the plan is we're going to be lifting up the back of the car with the rear tow hooks, and then that should give us enough room to slide the engine out. But to do so, I've taken the bumper off, I've taken the muffler out, and now I'm going to take out this crash bar, and then we should have good access to those points. But yeah. Boom, so I got the crash bar off. Now we have pretty good access to these strong points of the car, which is the rear frame rails. So yeah, let's rig something up with the lift, and then I'll check back in once I've done that. So we have it kind of rigged up here. I'm very skeptical as whether this is going to work or not, but yeah, let's give it a shot. So here's where we're at. We have the 3SGE fully disconnected from the MR2. The MR2 is hoisted up in the air, and now I've got to figure out a way of sliding this out. I've tried bolting it from there to this, but it ended up just pulling the entire shelf. So yeah, I got to figure out a way. I think the best way would probably be take off the gearbox and make it twice as light, but I think the gearbox is going to be very hard to take off in the where it's at right now, so I don't know, maybe I just need to try and drag it out, but we'll see. So just like that, the 3SG is officially out of my MR2. It wasn't nowhere near as hard as it's kind of made out to be. But yeah, I did struggle a bit with pulling it out, but that's just because I'm doing this all by myself. But yeah, as you can see, the engine bay is looking very bare, and the engine is looking very grimy. So yeah, tune in for the next episode where I'm going to be stripping this motor down, manual swapping it, doing a bunch of maintenance on it, and as well as making it look pretty. But mainly, we're going to find what caused that engine tick or knock. But yeah guys, should be pretty interesting, and make sure you tune in for that. But yeah, if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up because it does help a lot. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.